Hello, my friend, and welcome to War Talk.
Welcome to War Talk. Today's quote is going to be a special one because it revolves around ideals in Call of Duty game, which is new for us. Generally, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty. Today's quote: "As far as I am concerned, war itself is immortal." This comes to us from US WW2 General Omar Bradley, and it's about the inevitability of war. So, using this in video game sense, we could see this idea portrayed by General Shepard in Modern Warfare 2, when his War of Retribution shows the totality and this inevitable nature of this war against war. So, starting up the game, we can see that we have amazing AK-47 gun, red paint job, communist stuff, just really good stuff that you need on any weapon. But not talking about the gameplay today. Today we're going to talk about how war in video games is inevitable. So, why do we fight in video games? Is it because we want to, because we love it, or is there some endearing, innate part of us that believes it is right to take up weapon and point it at their comrade and then shoot him in the face, even though he might be a 12-year-old living in some sort of, say, California? So, why do we do this? Now, if you would ask Liquid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, he would say that it's in our genes to try to compete, to be the greatest, the strongest. It does not matter if man or woman, to just compete for the affection of others, and thus be able to throw out their genes. But this idea that all warfare is fueled by the ideals of our DNA just seems a bit excuse-wise. It's like if I said I had to punch you in the face because I had some sort of gene in my body that just didn't like you. It doesn't make much sense, really. The idea is that any part of aggression comes from that need to protect yourself, protect what you need to do. Well, I say we're not our gameplay, but here's a good part of Call of Duty Black Ops. Nova gas is a great thing to use when you're trying to defuse or fuse up an objective. Because if someone turns around the corner, then they'll get a shoot amount of gas right up in the face, and they won't be able to do anything. Now, the ability to understand why we fight can help you when you fight. If you know that you can cause someone to become more aggressive towards you, then you can make them have mistakes. Because emotions tend to make frontal cortex and brain go a little bit loopy. Right here I get awesomeness. But still, this is not the answer why we fight. Do we like to fight? Do I like to shoot people in the face? Obviously I do if I do it all the time and if I'm good at it. But why do I not like dying then? If dying is just the inevitability of shooting people other than faces and being shot at myself, then why should I just be okay with this? Why do people go to great lengths to compensate corners, avoid dying so much if it's not possible? Obviously there are kill streak rewards in this game that allow you to have a little bit of an extra perk to kill more people, to have more of that to go serotonin high than you get otherwise, but that is negligible. Even in Battlefield it happens, even in Halo it happens. Yeah, not so much in Halo because of the fact that if you're camping you're gonna get grenade to the face and then a DMR shot to the head, but yeah, point remains the same. So, in early format video games, you had games like Super Mario, Pong, awesome things that did not involve gigantic explosives and bullets to the face. Then you have games going around like Combat, and later on Call of Duty. You had the amazing Duke Nukem's. Games have just become more and more just violent horror stories, fun things like that. And is it a change of our sensibilities? Are we needing this for some strange cultural reason? Is it the same ideal that would revere guys like James Bond, spy movies? Just the ability to do what we cannot do in normal days. Because I know I do not take a gun and start shooting a neighborhood. That would get me put in prison. And not just any prison. Prison in Siberia. That would not be good for me. So why do I do this in game? Why do I take up red colored AK-47 with hammer and sequel on it and shoot people in face, or occasionally in hip and occasionally in crotch? I do not know. And is this some sort of sensibility that is of Western or perhaps just Far Eastern culture? Is there the middle sensibility somewhere where perhaps all of this can be avoided? I do not know these things. Why do we fight? Why? Why do I pick up gun in this game and Team Fortress and other games and shoot at you for fun? It just makes no sense to me. And why are so many people afraid of dying in video game that has no actual human confidence in their actual being, and they take emotional aggression through this idea? Is it some ideal that I'm taking away your high? I do not understand. It is puzzling because of the fact that this is not real. By putting ourselves in some sort of imaginary dreamscape, we're able to do things that we're not normally able to do. Is it because we revere these things, that we love doing them? But then why do we revere them? Whose thought of it was that if we have culture, society that worship warfare, how would that be good? Is it the same idea that we need to be able to defend ourselves against our fellow man because of some sort of mistrust between tribal societies? Or is that just getting way too into it? Is that an ideal or a culture that is far gone and has no place in our society anymore? No, we obviously distrust one another. And if I distrust you in video game landscape where I have run, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. It's not simple sometimes. But why do I enjoy this feeling of distrust and shooting in the face? I do not know. Why do I get serotonin high when I'm smiling like some sort of sadistic Dexter nutjob, shooting you in the face repeatedly and then having chopper gunner shoot you in the face for me? I do not know these things. So, the idea of war being immortal here in video games is that it's never going to stop. People obviously have these feelings. People obviously feel like they need to be able to do this to one another. It is not ever going to stop. It's a vicious cycle where it's going to continuously one-up itself. Again and again and again. And that is the nature of video game warfare. If you like this commentary, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Please have a nice night, day, or wherever the hell you want.